Welcome. I am doing a collective reading on what your guides want you to know today. And because it is a collective reading, please take what resonates, leave what does not. And it is for the time period of when you are actually listening to this recording. Okay, let's start with, I've got here and now. And time for a nap. Go the distance. Okay, to start off, I'm getting that there's some anxiety or depression happening, and that it's time to just be in the moment. And sometimes it's really hard to not think about the past and not think about the future. But right now, know that as of today, you are okay. Right now, know that you are not having to worry about what's coming in the future. And because it's happened in the past does not mean it will happen in the future. And what I'm getting is to stay in the present moment, is to come out of your head and into your heart, to feel love, to feel joy, to feel abundance, to feel gratitude, and to just be in the moment. And when we get to that space where we're worried about the future, we have anxiety about what's coming, or what has happened makes you sad, just take a breath, come back to your heart space, like just truly feel your breath coming from your chest, coming outward, and just letting go, and just go into a space of gratitude, go into a space of love, go into a space of, right now, I'm okay, right now in this very, very moment. And when we get into that space of worry, or, the sadness from our past, just take, just reflect on ways of, stepping back, go have a bath, go have a walk, meditate, take a nap, and just let yourself sink into the bed, let yourself sink into the tub, let yourself just be mindful. If you go on a walk, just take a step back and not be so involved in what's happening, and coming back again to your heart space, right? And when we can do that, we can go the distance, we can move forward, we can find the gratitude, we can find more for ourselves, and not feel like we are stuck, not feel that we need to have all the answers right now. And that's okay. We don't have to have all the answers. We can just allow it to come, and allow us to be who we need to be, to move forward, to go the distance, and to be in a space that we can endure, right? So we can take our time and get there, and not have to feel like we have to have all the answers right now in this current moment, and have to know exactly what to do. And just to be in the now allows us to be able to withstand what's coming, withstand everything that's happening, and not have to feel that we need to be in a certain space in this moment. Why can't we just allow it to be where we're at right now? Okay, so the next card is Yang. So having balance, right? Having balance to move forward. if we can't have that balance, and if we're in our head, and if we're stuck, we can't have that balance. And to get on the right path, to be on the right path, for us to be able to go as far as we need to go. And if that means being in your masculine and feminine, having balance in that, if that means just balance in everyday life, in what we're doing, and not worrying about the past and the future and having that anxiety, and just being. Okay. Lots of same messages, right? So peace, having the peace of mind, having the peace of knowing that everything is going to be okay when we are in the here and now, and not having to, have the frustrations come through, and finding the joy. Like, sometimes when we have all this anxiety and depression, we really struggle with seeing the abundance we have around us. We struggle with the gratitude. We struggle with finding what we need to feel good about ourselves or what's happening. And I'm getting there's some messages coming through from a higher power. So watch when you are, if you're having that time that you're having a nap, a bath, a walk, there's some messages there. There's some absolute beautiful love around you. And be aware of the messages and the feelings of what they bring and what they mean to you. You've got some guides that are guiding you, and you're not aware of them. You're just keep going. You're in the space of, I got to keep my head down. I got to push. But when we're in that space, we are not in our full awareness. We're not paying attention to our own guidance. We're not in a space where we can find the peace and joy. Okay, and I'm going to pull some more. Lots of 2s and 4s are popping up in your card numbers. So 4s, a lot of the time for me, is completion, and 2 is about relationships, partnerships, commitments. So I'm getting that there needs to be some commitment to self. We often go into a cycle of taking care of everyone else, and we tend to forget ourselves. We forget about our own our own soul's needs, our own self our own self-awareness of what we need to have that balance, that yin and yang that is showing up. Okay, so purity and innocence. And passion, love for life. So the purity and innocence, this is an absolute beautiful card. Know that when we can find that balance and go within ourselves, we will find that we do have everything it takes. We are love. We don't have to be that person that does everything for everyone, and we're on the go, we're continuing, and we just keep putting our head down and we take care of everyone else. Know that you yourself need that, and you will see your own love. You will see your own light, and you will end up with that love for life again. And it's really hard when we live a busy life. A lot of us have kids. We're figuring everything out. We're trying to have that balance. And we don't have time for self-care, for self-love, for ourselves. And if that means, just like I mentioned earlier, taking that breath from your chest and just, breathing in love and light and breathing out the anxiety, breathing out what doesn't serve us, just having that breath, because I know sometimes we can't take that break. We can't continue to, or we continue to go because we don't have the time. Maybe there's something during your day, even like 1 minute that you can, maybe you need to set the coffee pot rather than getting up and going to make it. Maybe that 1 minute will make a difference for you in the morning in having time for that breath and seeing what you need to do to see your own beauty, to see that you don't have to continue going on and on being in a crazy schedule. And, if that's when you take a drive and you're driving your kids and you just stop talking for a minute, turn off the radio, stop talking, stop at that red light and just be. And I know it's hard for some people, and it is hard depending on where you're at in your life. But yeah, I just am feeling that there's some of you out there that don't feel you have what it takes to get through, don't feel that you have the energy to continue on, and you're worried about what's coming, and how do you do it without going 100 miles an hour. So time to step back and take a breath and honor self. Okay, so this one is water, emotional well-being. So, yep, take a bath, go for a walk along the riverbank, and just be, like, honestly, be mindful of a few moments in the day. And I know sometimes we say we cannot do it, but we can find ways to trim what we're doing around us during the day to have that 30-second breath, or that, even if it's that one breath. And then we'll find that we don't lose our mind, lose our like being on edge, that we will lose that of, making that snap decision and getting angry or whatever, right? So you'll find that when we can step back, take a breath, and we will find that, things can be better, and we can see things from a different perspective. And it is about being, your emotional well-being, because if you cannot have time to find the peace during the day, then our well-being is not being where it needs to be. And that's when you will find that you'll have the physical ailments that will come to the surface, because internally you're not okay. You're not in a space of the yin and yang where you're balanced and finding the passion in your life for love, and love for your life, for who you are and what you can share with the world, because we always know we can be better. People, we're on this journey and we are working toward being the best that we can be. If we can't take the time to look at ourselves and have a breath and see things from a different perspective, how do we be the best that we can be? It's pretty hard, and it makes the journey even longer and harder. So we got boundaries. Okay, set them daily. So again, we need to find places where we can trim things from our life. And if that is, for instance, you set up a date to meet a friend and you do it once a week, say, maybe it's time now you do it once every 2 weeks. Now you have a couple hours every 2 weeks or every week to do the things that you need to do to become balanced, to, take that breath, to see things, to go the distance. So that's important. You hold the key to your own boundaries, to your own um, time that you have to make for yourself and for, I guess, your loved ones, right? And knowing that when you set those boundaries, you definitely can walk through a door and know that you can go down that path and it gets easier. Setting the boundaries the first time is the hardest, right? And because you're wanting to make those excuses, but you don't need to make an excuse. You just say, you know what? No, I can't do this. You don't have to have a reason. You don't have to, you don't owe anyone an explanation other than yourself. You hold it within yourself to know why, and that's okay. And forcing yourself to do things for other people and not having your own self-care just brings you into a space of you can't find the joy, you can't see the abundance, you can't have the gratitude. And knowing that when you do set those boundaries, that's when you'll see the love in your life and you'll have more passion toward the things that you want to do, that makes you shine, that makes you see your own beauty. And know that you have a lot of guides that are, sending you messages, and you just have to be aware of them. You have to slow down your mind enough to be mindful, to recognize them and take them in and allow them to for you to receive what you need to receive from them. Yeah, and I think that's all I got from this reading. So thank you for listening, and I wish you much love and light.